This reading is for Virgo. The reading goes from the end of March up to the current energy, up through the end of April in the eclipse. So at the end of March, which started Aries season, which we also had a new moon in Aries around March 21st, there was a strong push energy for everybody. And so I asked the cards what this push energy is about. We're all kind of being jolted out of a comfort zone. So I asked, what is keeping you stuck in a comfort zone? What does your higher self want to manifest for you? Or what is your higher self trying to get you to see or realize? And then this is what you've cleared. So this would have been the energy in 2022 up until February of 2023. One of the major obstacles or lessons that you have cleared. This is what needs to grow in order for you to manifest what your higher self wants you to manifest. And then this is what the the eclipse in the end of April. The eclipse at the end of April, that's what it's bringing for you. All right. So let's start off with this push, okay? And, well, first of all, I just want to point out that you do have the Justice card twice. So if you are in some kind of legal battle or about to be in a legal battle or are going through some kind of divorce or is signing some kind of contract, this can be your reading. It's not going to be everybody's reading. It's a general reading for Virgo. But just listen to the first part about what this push is about to determine whether or not this is your reading. Okay? So the first thing I want to point out on what this push is about, all right, this drama is giving you a headache. Your push has to do with a conflict. Or it could have to do with a situation that's just kind of full of drama. All right? Basically, there's some kind of conflict going on, or there's just some kind of, this is the stormy card. There's some kind of conflict or storminess in your current situation that is pushing you because you're like, oh my God, I just can't take this anymore. I want out of this situation, possibly. There's not an even give or take. Okay, so you're doing a lot more of the work. Somebody isn't picking up their share of, and it feels burdensome. It could be a divorce or a legal battle of some kind. It could have to do with money. It could also have to do with love. Somebody is maybe taking too much of your resources. Resources in the resources can mean money, but it can also mean time, effort, material goods. There is a push here for you to be you, for some self-love. There is a theme that goes through this reading of self-love. Sometimes when we're giving and giving and giving, it's actually a lack of self-love that is the place that we're giving from. There is kind of a theme there, like giving to other people that are just using and using. They're taking and taking. And you just keep giving, but it's like a trying to be liked kind of an energy. That's not for everybody, but that there is somebody that this reading is for that applies to. Other than that, the push that you're feeling is a need for self-care. Okay, so even if you're not giving out of a place of lack or lack of love, you're giving too much of your time. And sometimes we got to put the mask on ourselves, like they say in the airplanes, put the mask on yourself before you put the mask around your child. There's also that energy here. So sometimes you got to take care of yourself first, and then your going to be better equipped to take care of your loved ones. So some of that energy is here as well. So basically what this push has to do with is pushing you to take some self-care. Take care of yourself, love yourself, take a bubble bath. You have a headache. You're doing too much. The drama that is around you is too much. You need to take a break from the circus. It's not your monkeys. Just take a bubble bath and enjoy yourself for a bit. Like, don't concern yourself. There's another energy here where you're concerning yourself with the energies of other people, and you don't even need to be taking on this stuff that you're taking on. You're taking on too much. So what's keeping you in a comfort zone? There is definitely this energy where you are kind of like waiting to get a return on your investment. So it's like, I've put in all this energy and all of this work, and the results are almost in. So you're just like, you're continuing to put in the effort and the work because you're waiting on those results to roll in. Okay. And this is causing an indecision. So it's causing a where you're like stuck. Another thing here too is sometimes we can get stuck in a healing. So it's like where you're constantly working on yourself and trying to heal yourself, but you're healed, but you don't realize that you're healed, but you are. But you keep working on it because you don't think you're healed, but you're healed. There was a YouTube video that was specifically talking about this. There's some of that energy happening that's keeping you stuck. So there's something where you need to move on, but you're not moving on. You're in a kind of status quo position. And this could have to do with a love situation, okay? So if this does have to do with a divorce, you may have been sitting on divorce papers and haven't filed them, type of a situation. Let's look and see what you've cleared in the past. All right. So in the past, you have had this unsatisfactoriness with, okay, it's like, it's good enough. It's like, it's good enough. It's like, oh, okay, it's not exactly what I want, but it's good enough. See how like this girl here is just kind of like bored, she's just kind of unsatisfied. So this is kind of like an unsatisfactory feeling. And this is kind of a stinginess. So it's like holding on. So it's like holding on. You've cleared this, by the way, but it's holding on to a situation where it's not awesome, but it's good enough. And you don't really want to let it go because you're afraid of the unknown. Okay. That has cleared. This is like, where you don't, some people like, okay, when it comes to money, some people have a bad script with money where they think they don't deserve money. So it's like they don't deserve all of the happiness is kind of what this energy is. It's like, I'm not saying in your conscious self, your conscious state, you're saying this, but somewhere in your unconscious state, you're saying this is good enough. When it's not, it could be a hell of a lot better. But you were kind of happy with what you had because it was comfortable. You cleared that though. Okay. So you're not wanting to take new chances. That's cleared. Okay. You are having the energy this year to take on new chances. But again, there's a lot of conflict here and a lot of drama, and you're really done with that. Okay. This energy right here where you've got the headache, you're really done with all of this. Whoever's using you or overextending your resources and your energies, you're really done with that. This indecision that's keeping you in a stuck. It's indecision that's keeping you stuck. That's it. So, let's see what your higher self wants you to manifest, okay? So if you are sitting on divorce papers, or if you are sitting on that contract, get it going. Get it done, okay? There is your higher self wants you to feel this. So there is a spark inside of you that's not being ignited. That is what your higher self wants you to find. This can be a passion project, of course. It could be, the love of your life. It could be you're the love of your life. You need to find the spark that's in you. This is a journey. All right. So there are a couple cards here that indicate a spiritual journey. So I definitely want to mention this. Okay. This is a going into yourself. You see how they're going up the stairs to enlightenment there? I had a dream where my higher self was yelling at me in my dream. And my higher self was on this kayak. Not a kayak. I'm sorry. I was on a sup board. And I was paddling down a river. And I was like 80. and I was yelling at my self who was sitting on the bank. And I was yelling, "Why aren't you free?" And as I paddled on down the river, it's that energy. Okay. Your higher self is yelling at you, wanting you to take this spiritual journey and find out what is that spark inside of you that sets you free. Okay. What has to grow in order for you to manifest? You have to let something go. All right. So it's more than just like letting it go. There is an opening up of your heart here of loving yourself. There's also an indication here of loving yourself. There's a finding your spark and your joy within, which is about loving yourself. This strategy just could mean that if you are in a divorce situation, there is some strategy that could come into play. The 9 of Cups, this is 9 of Cups in reverse. If you have not cleared this energy over here completely, it's asking you to let it go here. Okay, so if you have any, this is just good enough, it's just fine, everything's fine, my comfort zone just is peachy, that definitely, if it hasn't been cleared yet, it definitely needs to clear. You possibly may need to actually physically move to another place. This can mean a physical move. But open up your heart, okay? Ignite that passion within. Find that spark within. That's what needs to grow in order for you to manifest what it is that you need to manifest. So let's look at what the eclipse is bringing you, okay? This is an end to addictions or possibly codependent patterns, okay? This is the Magician. This is powerful. So you've got the spiritual path, the temple path, okay? So this is this spiritual journey that you're going to go on to find your, look, she's holding the spark. The spiritual journey that you're going to go on to find your spark, it puts an end to whatever this negative pattern is that's keeping you stuck, particularly if it's keeping you stuck in this situation. So if it's a codependency or a alcohol addiction or drug addiction or pill addiction or something like that, this is the Strength card. This is the Magician making it happen. And this is spirituality that is seeing and guiding you through. Okay. So you have some deep soul searching to do this month. You've got finding, and if this is dealing with addiction, I will say that when you conquer the addiction, this spark, it comes almost automatically. This can definitely talk about dealing, this whole thing can be talked about dealing, that's one way to read it. It can be talked about dealing with an addiction. Okay. So, you're this drama, if you're an addict, you may be causing your own drama. You need to find that spark within. You need to let it go. This is the devil in reverse, which is overcoming addiction. If it's about a codependency, this is codependency patterns that you have because you need to find that self-love. And your giving of others is actually out of codependency, but it's causing a bunch of drama. If you're getting involved in other people's dramas, and it's not even really about you, that's also codependency. When you've got to tell yourself, this is not my monkey, this is not my circus, that's also codependency. So this could be an end to codependency over here. But the eclipse for you, whether it's tackling an addiction or tackling codependency or tackling self-love or any other toxic pattern, it's going to be a very spiritual eclipse for you. And the end, what you're looking for is that spark, okay? So you're going on a little bit of a journey, and you're going to try to find that spark that she's holding there in her hand. And look, now she has it. All right, Virgo.